So good evening po. Our tutorial for today is all about Colruyt's Rule 22. So we are back on our series of collision regulations, and today we're going to talk about how far we can see the lights and of course the different parts of the vessel in terms of the lights, the side lights, masthead light, and sternlight. On board the vessel, the master is not going to ask you about this kind of certain questions. However, they're going to, of course, test you, occasionally kung ano mo yung knowledge mo dito. So, today, we'll let us summarize the Rule 22. So, we are still on Part C, Lights and Shape. So, Rule 22 is visibility of lights. So, the lights prescribed in this rule shall have intensity as specified in Section 8 of Annex I. So, if we're going to talk about Annex I of Colruyt, this pertains with positioning and technical details of lights and shape, intensity of lights. That is the Section 8. So, how many decibels? Kung anong gaano po siya ka-bright, ganyan. So, on board, once you go on board, everything is set according to the Annex I. So, wala kang titingnan doon na part. Ang importante, nakikita mo yung ilaw. Ganun yung principle nito. But if we're going to ask about the guidelines on how these lights are being made, nasa Section 8 po siya yung Annex I. Yung intensity of decibels. Okay? To this regulation as to be visible at the following minimum ranges. Okay? Minimum ranges lang po ito, no? Once you go on board, actually, mas malayo po yung makikita mo dito. Okay? So, let us, of course, discuss letter A. So, number 1, letter A, invisible of 50 meters or height and length, the masthead light are visible with 6 miles. Minimum lang po. No? Pero normally, when I was on board, minsan, yung third mate ko, tinitest niya ako. So, tingnan mo kaya, no? So, normally, ginagamit ko yung radar, tapos tinitingnan ko yung masthead light, pinapoint out ko dun sa radar. Tapos makikita ko kung gaano po nga siya kalayo. So minsan nakukuha ko pag good visibility po siya, mga 8 to 10 nautical miles. Ganun yung mga nakikita ko. Okay? Of course, the side light, okay, which is the green, tapos yung red natin, no? Okay, na side light. So, red, it's the sidelight. So, 3 miles din daw siya, no? So, again, highlight po ha, 50 meters yung barko or more. And towing, and sternlight and towing light, the same din po, no? Normally, mga white light ito. Okay, so sternlight, white light, and itong white, no? 3 miles din yan. And of course, yung ibang all-around lights, which is, as we discussed dun sa previous rule, 360 degrees po yung visibility niya. So makikita mo siya nung 3 miles din. Okay, for the vessel which is 50 meters in length or more. So next po, in vessel of 12 meters or more in length but not less than 50%. So 50 meters in length. So dito po parang sinasabi niya, okay, in between 12 okay to 50. So ito greater than 50. More than. Ay, less than ata. Okay, more, less than. Alright? Tapos, dito sa masthead light, but less than 50 meters in length, a masthead light in 5 miles, except that there is the length of the visible in less than 20 meters in 3 miles. No? So, masthead light po niya, makikita mo siya ng 5 miles. Kung hindi po yung length niya less than 20. So, bali 21. Okay, pag inanalyze mo, 21 to 50, 5 miles daw. Okay? The rest, ayan, 2 nautical miles. No? Side light, stern light, towing light, tapos all around green light. Same principle from the above. Okay? Next naman po, yung mga less than na po, ng mga maliliit na barko na to, less than, okay, 12. Less than 12. So, normally, ayun, makikita mo pa din. So, 2 nautical miles, okay, side light, stern light, towing light, and of course, 2 miles siya. So, ganyan yung mga visibility for those vessels. And inconspicuous part is submerged vessel or object being towed, and all around white light is 3 nautical miles. So, yung mga, for example, ito yung barko mo, Okay, tapos may towing ka dito sa likod. Okay, partly submerged. So 3 miles mo daw siya makita. Okay. But then again, all of this visibility are only for the guidance. Iba pa din yung actual na nangyayari po sa atin. So it's better to use our all available means. We look back to Rule 5, look out. Okay. So better pa din gamitin natin yung radar. So this is the visibility of lights. I do hope we learned new things today and we were be refreshed. So thank you so much for listening.